If you're an investor looking to buy property in Malaysia or planning to get the MM2H visa, one of the first things you need to do is buy a property worth at least 600,000 ringgit. So the question you're probably asking right now is, where do I buy? KL, Penang, Johor? And if you've been doing any research at all, I'm sure you keep hearing the same answer: Johor. Why are so many investors, locals, Singaporeans and foreigners all looking at the same state right now? And more importantly, which property are they buying? Now, that's exactly what this video is about. But before we get into the properties, I have to explain to you guys why Johor is booming. Because once you understand this, the investment case makes complete sense. For the past 20 years, Malaysians living in Johor and working in Singapore had one big problem: the commute. On paper, Johor to Singapore is nothing. It's just a bridge away. It's just right across the causeway. But over time, a 30-minute drive turned into a 4-hour nightmare every single day. People were waking up at 3 a.m. just to reach their office in Singapore by 8 a.m. That's 5 hours of traveling, of getting ready and traveling to office. Most people couldn't even last a year. It was taking a toll on their health. So what did they do? They moved to Singapore instead, where rent is like 5, 6, 7 times more expensive. Then came the solution, the RTS link, a train that connects Johor straight to Singapore's MRT network in just 6 minutes. And you can get directly into Singapore city centre in just 30 minutes from Johor. And this train is set to start its operations in December of 2026. That changes everything. People can now live in Johor again, where the cost of living is a fraction of Singapore, and still work across the border without losing their life to traffic. Now, because of that, demand to live close to the city centre or the RTS station has gone through the roof. And developers know it. That's why new launches have been popping up all over JB City Centre. The question now is, which ones are actually worth buying? Because there's a lot of property launches right now. So I went through all of them. I studied, I did my research, and I put together a list. Now, before you watch this video and go and buy something, one important thing you need to note: not every property on this list suits everyone. It depends on your strategy. Choose one that aligns with your strategy, whether you're going for Airbnb, which is short-term rentals, long-term rentals, capital appreciation, or is it for own stay. Understand why you are buying. Now, I will be making more videos on how to choose which property is best for you in Malaysia so that you don't buy the wrong property. All these properties on this list are freehold. I did find one project that I think is the most exclusive property in Johor right now. Something a lot of you have been asking me about specifically, so I went deep dive and found out which project that is, and I'll cover that too. And I think many of you will be interested in this one especially, but more on that later. It's freehold because a lot of you love freehold properties, so I chose all the freehold properties as well. And you guys better subscribe because I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions after you watch this video, so I saved you guys the time. I went the extra mile and contacted all the exclusive agents working for each of these developers so that they will be able to assist you in your inquiries. If you want to get in contact with them, just go to nasmalaysia.com/start or fill up this form, scan this QR code, fill up this form, and they'll get back to you. Okay, so first on the list is Aethera. Is about 1,000 ringgit per square feet, and it starts at about 1 million ringgit. Now, one thing to note here is that it is quite close to the RTS station. You can see on the map here, this is where the RTS station is, and this is where Aethera is. It's quite low density at about 780 units only. Now, it's a quiet place for living, and one thing special about this is there's no Airbnb allowed. So it's mostly for own stay or long-term rentals. So if you're thinking of Airbnb, forget about this, you go to the next property, right? It's only 400 meters to the RTS station, and there is the proposed ART or Autonomous Rapid Transit. Now, this is somewhat of like a bus/train that moves on the road, basically connecting all the smaller neighborhoods and areas to the RTS itself. So there's going to be one station directly in front of this residence. And there's also a covered link bridge to the RTS as well if you want to walk. And it's partially furnished, comes with the kitchen cabinet, hood and hob, so all the legal fees are free. So that's the one plus point when you're buying it from the developer. Now, let's go to the next one. This is Sunway Lakehills. Okay, so Sunway Lakehills, this one also the property price starts at about 1 million ringgit for foreigners. But I do want to highlight this property not for investment, but for those of you who are coming here to retire and you want your own property, right? It's actually far from the RTS station, so that's why this is mostly for own stay. Because this is by Sunway, there's all these landed properties surrounding your condo. It starts at around 800 ringgit per square feet, which is quite reasonable. It's very low density. It's tailored to the owner's preferences. Basically, you can change the entire layout. The living room layout, you can hack the wall and combine the living room and your master bedroom. You can actually play around with the layout, which is very rare to see in a lot of properties, because this property is not for investment, it's for your own stay. So a lot of retirees, I think, would love this place. It comes partially furnished as well, and is overlooking the beautiful lake as well as a lot of greenery. So you're not looking at another condo. Also, you get free legal fees because you're buying directly from the developer. Now, next on the list is Summer Suites. Now, Summer Suites starts at 700,000 ringgit for foreigners. So this is where we go below the 1 million threshold. 700,000 ringgit, and it is one of the affordable projects surrounding the RTS because it's very close to the RTS at about 800 meters, and it has a covered walkway. It comes partially furnished with all the air conditioning, digital locks, and kitchen cabinets and stuff. And there's also some retail shops below that's going to be managed by the developer. Also comes with free legal fees and stamp duty and stuff. So do clarify with the agents when you're talking to them. Next on the list is the Peak Johor Bahru. Okay, so the Peak Johor Bahru is not that close to RTS, but I've included it in the list because it starts at about 680,000 ringgit for foreigners. It has a very low price per square feet, which is about 650 to 690 ringgit per square feet. It's also quite low density at only 600 units, and it's about 2 to 4 units per floor only. There's ample amount of car parks, 5 minutes drive or about 10 minutes drive from the RTS, but there is a shuttle bus provided that brings you straight to the RTS station. It also comes partially furnished with all the kitchen cabinet, wardrobes, air conditioners and stuff. Now, here's one thing to note. Unfurnished means it's a bare unit, there's no lights, there's no fan, there's nothing, it's just all the empty points. Partial furnish means that you have a built-in cabinets all built in for you. For example, kitchen cabinets built in, air conditioning, lights, fan, even your wardrobe. All the toilets will always be fully furnished. There will never be a property you buy that the toilets are not furnished. Toilets are always fully furnished. Fully furnished condo in general, then that includes loose furnitures such as couch, carpet, curtains, TV cabinets and stuff. Now, for those of you who are thinking about getting a loan, I will talk to you guys about loan later after this, right? We'll get into that shortly on how you can get a mortgage or how you can get a loan in Malaysia. Okay, so the Peak, right? Why I'm mentioning the Peak here is because there is an early key handover. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 years like the other projects. This one is completing this year in 2026, so you can immediately start renting out the property. So if you are applying for MM2H now and you have to buy a property, you might as well just buy this property and then start renting it out once it's completed, right? So that's why I put this on this list. Now, the next one, number 5 is SkyOne Residences. This one starts at only 600,000 ringgit for foreigners to purchase in Malaysia. The price per square feet is about 1,300 ringgit per square feet. All units have a dual key design, which means that you practically have 2 units at the price of 1. So what this means is you can collect double the rent or double the Airbnb ROI. When you are buying this is one thing to note because it's very close to RTS, only 300 meters away, and also the design is quite flexible, just like Sunway Lakehills, because the living room can be converted into a room and vice versa, right? So you can make additional rooms to rent out to more people. Next is Skypark Kepler. Now, I have visited this place before. You can check out the vlog, day 2 of the Johor series, and go and check it out. This is prime waterfront address, very close to Singapore. This one starts at 500,000 ringgit. This is the lowest price for foreigners to buy in Johor, and it's not Forest City, it's here. It's also freehold. It's right next to Johor. It's about a 5 minutes drive to the RTS station. It's a master plan township, about 163 acres. I'm not going to go into too much details. You guys can go and watch that video. This is the first phase. It's called Skypark Kepler. It has about 1,000 units. Now, this one, why it's on this list is because it is a branded residence. So Banyan Tree is going to handle your unit. He's going to rent it out on a daily basis like a hotel and then give you the returns at the end of the month. That's what they're going to do. You get free stays and stuff, so you can go and check it out. It's fully furnished, so you don't have to worry about anything. They will handle everything for you. So you can go and check out that video for more details. Now, in that video, I was talking about $150,000, which is about 600,000 ringgit. Now, the reason I did that is because most of you are asking for MM2H eligible properties. So for MM2H Silver, you would have to buy a property at 600,000 ringgit price point. You can't buy the 500,000 ringgit property. So this is one thing to note. If you are on MM2H Silver, you let the agent know that you want to buy a 600,000 ringgit property under MM2H Silver. Okay, and now for the project which I think is the most exclusive property in Johor, and that is Ardan Astaka. I know a lot of you that I have spoken to who told me about this property and you guys are asking my opinions and stuff. Yes, Ardan Astaka. After doing a lot of research, I think this is one of the best properties to invest in Johor. It starts at about 1 million ringgit, especially for foreigners, because the lowest price is 1 million ringgit. It starts from about 800 square feet onwards. Okay, there's a few things that make it very appealing as an investor, even if you're coming here for own stay as well, right? Number one, the proximity to RTS station. It's very close, 600 meters. Number two, top-notch developer. This developer have proven time and time again that their project is done with the highest quality. Number three is the project is designed by the renowned GDP architects. That's why it looks very nice. Full glass facade. And if you don't know who GDP Architects is, they are the firm behind the Pavilion KL, Pavilion Bukit Damansara and stuff. Yeah, they are the same people, the same design. You have like 47 different facilities, including a golf simulator, rooftop garden, wine lounges. There's concierge services, bellboy, car rental, private chef, 24-hour convenience store, proximity to retail, dining, leisure, educational, healthcare. It's all in that area as well. Now, it's also connected to a shopping mall and other areas via a shuttle bus. Now, this can be for both own stay and investment, because some floors are meant for Airbnbs and some floors are meant for own stay. So you can actually choose whether you want for investment or you want for own stay. They also offer like a one-stop turnkey solution whereby they offer a full furnishing package, and they will also handle the entire Airbnb for you and give you like a fixed returns at the end of the month. It's just like Banyan Group as well at Skypark Kepler. They handle everything for you. And yeah, I mean, the project looks really nice. Go and check it out. Talk to the agents. nasmalaysia.com/start for them to contact you. Yeah, if you're interested in any one of it, they'll send you all the details. Now, let's talk about loans. I know a lot of you guys want to know how to get mortgages in Malaysia. Let me make it very clear. I've spoken to a lot of banks. Now, a lot of banks outright, they will not give you a mortgage unless you have a long-term visa. Basically, something tying you down to Malaysia. If you're just on a tourist visa or you're not from here, it's very difficult to get a loan. Some developers will give you their own personal financing, right? Their own personal mortgage, but that is directly with them. Some banks may give you a loan depending on how good your financial profile is, but very rare. You can talk to the agents and ask them. I also have a few bankers that I can pass to you guys, but more on that later. If you are under MM2H or any long-term visa, you can get at least 70% margin or financing, loan to value. So if the property is 1 million ringgit, you can get at least 700,000 ringgit loan. And the interest rates in Malaysia is currently hovering between 3.5% to 4% per annum. Yes, it's very, very low for most people. The approval process for loan will take about 2 weeks to a month. If all the documents are in order, maybe a week or two, you'll be fine. For some of these properties that are still under construction and you don't want to pay full amount upfront, like 600,000 or 1 million ringgit, you can go for these properties because you are paying it in stages. You don't have to fork out the whole 600,000 ringgit in one go. You can do it as the construction progress is progressing, right? That means every few months, 4 to 6 months, you pay 10% of the property price, which is about $15,000 every few months. For example, if you need contacts for MM2H agents, property agents, bankers and stuff like that, that's what the form is for. So you fill out the form and I will send you in the right direction. If you guys want to ask 1 or 2 questions, you can have a short discovery call where I point you in the right direction and then you can just go ahead. Completely free. Scan the QR code or go to nasmalaysia.com/start. So that's what I do to help. But if you guys want specific advice, if you guys want me to plan your route for you, if you guys want me to choose which is the best visa for you, which is the best place to live, which is the best property to buy based on your situation, when you should move here, all of that, that's when we'll have to sit down on a strategy call, a paid strategy call. Because that takes a lot of my time to plan for you, to point you in the right direction. Just fill out the form. Me and my team will just get back to you. Probably you can have a 10 minutes call with me or my team, whether it's property in KL, in JB, or whether it's visa, any type of visas you want. they'll just point you in the right direction. If you get the strategy call, then you will be dealing with me personally, and I will be there every step of the way. When you're applying for visa, when you're getting a property, when you're getting a loan, I will be dealing with all of these people here in Malaysia on your behalf. So that's what the strategy call is about. Not just the call where you ask me questions and I answer, but I'll be there to walk with you throughout your entire relocation journey. With that being said, if you guys have any questions about any of these properties, or you want to know more, or you want me to do in a different city, let me know down below. And also, did I miss out on any other properties that you think are a good investment property in JB? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.